guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Leizel. Now for today's video, I'm coming to you with a tutorial on this makeup look right here, and I did this using no eyeshadows. And I know you guys can see the cut crease, the little slight cut crease that I got going on, but yeah, I did this whole look using no eyeshadows, and I'm really excited to show you guys today. Even though there is a cut crease involved, this look is actually quick and easy to do, and I like to think of it as like an evolved version of my everyday look. I mean, we've got the bronze, we've got the glow, super monochromatic, nude, neutrals, my kind of tone. So if you guys are into that kind of thing, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you do enjoy it, like it before you leave it. And if you're new, you know what to do. Join the crew by hitting the little red subscribe button down below. And with that being said, let's get into it. First things first, I'm going to be starting off with the base today, which means I will be going in with primer to start off with. This is the Rimmel Fix and Perfect Primer. To be honest, I don't know if there's anything too special about this primer, but it just so happens to be the one that I do use on the regular. And so far, I haven't had any issues with it. Primer is on, so next up I'm going in with foundation. Today I'm going to be using the NARS Natural Radiant Longwear Foundation. This is actually one of my favorite high-end foundations. I just love the finish that it gives my skin. It really lives up to the name of being natural and radiant, as well as long wearing. So as you can see, I've just dotted some of that onto my face, and then I'm going to go in with a large kabuki brush and just really buff that into the skin. I haven't used a kabuki brush to buff in my foundation for the longest time. Typically I go in with like a beauty blending sponge like this, but this finish, with this foundation, I'm really liking how it looks. It just makes everything look super smooth and flawless, and just I love it. Next up, I'm going to be going in with concealer, and today I've decided to use the MAC Pro Longwear Concealer. This is my ride or die concealer. I use this on the regular and it does me good every single time. I'll admit it is a little bit inconvenient due to the fact that there is no direct applicator. Typically, as you can see, I pump it out onto my finger and then go ahead and blend it onto my skin, and then I will go in with a brush. But for what it's worth, the product that it is, I am willing to do that for it because it really is that good. So as you can see, I applied that to all the areas that I wanted to conceal and highlight, and then I'm just going in with a concealer buffer brush to blend that into the skin. I'm also just going to go ahead and take what's ever left on the brush and apply it onto my lids, and I guess you could say this is going to act as my base, because I don't feel like I need a super heavy base for my lids for this look, so that will do for now. At this point, I'm going to quickly go in with some setting powder. Today I'm using the Australis Ready Set Go finishing powder in True Translucent. I'm just going to go ahead and apply that to all the areas that I just applied that concealer, and I'm also going to go ahead and lightly apply some to my lids to set that base in place as well. For the rest of my face, I am going to go in with some pressed powder. This is the Hello Flawless pressed powder from Benefit. I'm just going to take a light dusting of that to all the other areas of my face that I have not set in place because I want the base to look completely flawless. Alrighty, so now that I have that portion of the base done, we are going to be moving on to the eyes, and this part is going to be really easy. So first things first, I'm going to be taking this right here. This is the MAC Mineralize Skin Finish in Give Me Sun. You guys who have been watching me for a while know that I love this as my everyday bronzer. So yes, we're not going to be using eyeshadows on the eyes today. We're going to be using a bronzer. As you guys can see, this product is well loved because I pretty much hit pan on it, but I am just taking that and loading it up onto my blending brush, and then I'm just going to go to town and really apply this to my crease. Now this is actually something that I do for my everyday look, is I'll just run some bronzer through my crease just to make everything tie together nicely. And I'm going to do the same thing for this look today, but I'm probably going to kind of amp it up a little bit and apply more than I typically would, just so that it really shows up nicely and has a nice clean cut when I do go in and cut the crease. So yeah, as you can see, I am just applying that to the crease and really blending, buffing and blowing it out, and I'm really following the natural shape of my eye, so keeping it nice and rounded. I'm not tapering it out to make any type of cat eye effect on the outer corner. I'm really just following the round shape of my eyes. Okay, so as you can see, everything is all up in the crease now, nice and blended. I am going to go out and kind of blend like the top edge later on, but for now I'm liking how that's looking. So it's at this point that I just leave it as it is, and I'm going to go ahead and cut the crease. So back in with the same concealer that I used underneath my eyes, I'm going to be using this on my lids to cut the crease. So I just applied a little bit of that to the back of my hand, and then I'm going in with my teeny tiny concealer brush, getting it nice and coated, and then I'm going to go ahead and cut the crease. Now, how you cut your crease is really dependent on your own personal style as well as your eye shape. For me, I have slightly deeper set eyes, so I like to cut my crease and have it show above where my crease folds. Alright, so now that I'm like somewhat happy with the way that that looks, I'm going to go ahead and set that in place, and for that, where is it? I'm just going to be going in with my translucent powder that I used to set my under eye concealer. You can of course go in with any type of color that you want, but because I want this look to be really easy, simple, and somewhat monochromatic, I'm just gonna pretty much go in with the same products all around my face. And then at this point, if you feel like you want to add a little bit more to that definitive cut crease line, you can go in with a smaller, more defined blending brush and kind of just ever so slightly run that across there to get a little more like definition in that area. Now for the outer corner of my eyes, typically I would go in with some type of darker matte brown shade just to add more depth and definition to those areas of my eyes. However, I'm just going to go back in with the same bronzer that I applied to my crease. So once again, going back in with the same blending brush and pretty much just applying the bronzer as my shadow and blending it across that concealer just to kind of blend the concealer and the bronzer together nicely. So I guess that's pretty much all there is to it. It's like a bronzer, some setting powder and concealer, and you can create like an eye look for yourself. At this point, as you can see, I'm just going to go ahead and ever so slightly blend at that top edge just so it's not so crazy looking. And then as for my bottom lash line, to tie everything together nicely, you guys already guessed it, I'm going to go ahead and apply the bronzer to that area as well. I typically go ahead and apply whatever color I have in my crease to my bottom lash line anyway, so it was definitely no exception for this look. So as you can see, just running that color along my lash line and ever so slightly smoking and blowing it out. Next up, I'm just going to go in with some white liner to my waterline to really help open up and brighten the eyes up even more. White liner is definitely the go-to trick if you want to make your eyes look really nice and bright, big-eyed, and wide awake. Lastly, for the eyes, I'm going to run some mascara along my bottom lashes. Obviously, you guys know that I have lash extensions, so there's no need to do anything more with my top lashes. However, to open my eyes up once again even more, I'm going in with mascara to my bottom lashes. This mascara is the L'Oreal False Lash Telescopic Infinite Length Effects Fibers Mascara. And I feel like this is perfect for really defining those lower lashes. Alrighty, so those are the eyes done. Now I'm going to move on to finishing off the rest of my face. Once again, we're going to be taking the Give Me Some bronzer, and I'm going to go ahead and kind of contour and bronze my face with this. So I'm just going ahead and applying that to all the areas that I typically like to bronze. So my cheeks, around my hairline, forehead, and then I'm also going to use this to contour my nose. And I just feel like using the same kind of tone of shadow all around your face makes everything look a lot more natural than if you were to go in with like a different contour powder and a different eyeshadow color. Keeping everything really monochromatic in this way makes the whole look go together really cohesively. I'm not really going to go in with any type of colored blush, however I am going to be going in with this bronzer. This is the Betty Lou-Manizer, and as you can see, it's a bronzer, but it is like a kind of dark highlighter in some sense for me because it has a lot of glow to it, and I do like to go ahead and apply this to my cheeks just to add a little more color and life back into my face, and it also gives me a really nice glow. So as you can see, I'm just applying that to the apples of my cheeks and kind of dragging it back towards the hairline. Of course, I want to add some highlighter, so today I'm going to be using the L'Oreal Gilded Honey highlighter. This is so beautiful, you guys, one of my favorites once again. It's a really gorgeous mid-toned gold shade and it gives the nicest sheen. So as usual, just applying that to all the usual areas that I want to highlight, like the tops of my cheeks, above my brows, and a little bit down the bridge of my nose and on my cupid's bow. And then I'm also just going to add a little bit of this to the inner corner of my eyes just to give me a little pop of glow in that area. Now for the lips, you guys already know that I like to keep things really nude and neutral, so of course I'm going in with my favorite, the Rimmel lip liner in Cappucino. I'm telling you guys, if you have similar skin tone to me or deeper, this lip liner is going to do you wonders when it comes to creating like the perfect nude lip. I just feel like outlining your lips with a darker lip liner first and then going in with your color really helps to blend everything together and make your lips look nice and full at the same time. Honestly, right now the dark outline of my lip liner is giving me like 90s vibes. But going in with my actual lip color now, I'm firstly going to start off with the NYX Suede lipstick in Dainty Daze. Once again, this is a really beautiful nude, so I'm going to go ahead and kind of dab and apply that all over my lips and blend it into the lip liner. And then last but not least, I'm going to go ahead and add this really pale nude lip color from NYX called Cirque. This is like a pale concealer type of nude lip color, but I'm just going to add this to only the center of my lips, which is going to give me that really nice full pouty lip look. So there we have it, you guys. That is the look complete. I want you to comment down below and let me know what you think. If you did enjoy this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and if you're still here at the end watching, please consider subscribing by hitting the little red button down below before you go so you don't miss any more videos that I post. As usual, I will leave a full list of all the products that I used throughout this video down below in the description box, as well as all of my social media links if you guys want to catch up with me on any of those. And as always, I hope you're all having an awesome week. I hope you're staying safe, taking care of yourselves, looking out for each other. I will talk to you in the comments, and I will see you all in my next video.